Me and you're gonna have to have a conversation about this.
Okay. Welcome, welcome. All right, welcome to the Show Live Tele Podcast. This is another episode with your girl Lady V and me, Mr. Fresh Touch. Today our awareness is about the coronavirus. So today we have subject content on far as what percentage it is right now that the the Africans are dying at 70% in some states, 80% in the other states, and right now it became a very serious epidemic, and we the only one not taking it serious. Why is that?
Right. So, unfortunately, at this time, African Americans are the leading in death of the corona COVID-19 virus. The reason why they call it COVID-19 because it started out in 2019 and then now it's carried over to 2020. At this time, it's just sad. We've been praying, but 70% of African Americans are dying. That's over half. I just saw on the news today that in some states, 80% of African Americans are dying. That's short of 20% of 100%.
Sound like we getting out of extinction right now. So at the rate we are killing each other at, and the coronavirus is killing us from ignorance and guns. So we need to try to get a grip on life and as a culture of people and recognize our extinction. And far as right now, the way we dying and killing ourselves is just like social suicide that we were doing because we have to we influence a culture of people, and we're a culture of people that's easily influenced. And right now, we being the ones that's influenced, and we're killing ourselves. They no longer have to incarcerate us because they put a pledge out there we won't do. Bye bye. For us keeping distancing away from each other.
Right. And I mean, I guess we should talk about how, I mean, we have to talk to each other because we don't have any guests. So, once all this resumes back, we're able to go back to the studio, we're able to have guests and be able to get their take on this. So, presently, we're talking about 70% how African Americans are dying for this. Some states, 80%, which is just shy of 20%. So, in your regard, why do you think that we're the ones that are dying the fastest? I have my reasons, and but I think everyone like to hear. But why do you think we're dying so fast?
Because most of us go by word of mouth and don't hit home to somebody that you love. So until it hit home to someone they love, then we'll start practicing social distancing. But right now, as it's not affecting most people that you're close to, you feel believe that you don't it's not gonna affect you. But it have made an impact and effect on a whole lot of us. So with that being said, we must take heed. And right now we're not taking heed. During this season, most of the time it's crime, murder. So right now, what I'm trying to do is tell y'all put the guns down, put the masses up, not the ski masses. So with that being said, I want y'all to be thoughtful every day that y'all come in contact with your loved ones. Try to show them a little dignity towards their well-being as well as your own.
Right. And I think we go back to, unfortunately, right now, African Americans aren't the healthiest. Health wise, we get the short end of the stick, I think, because it's like we were set up for failure. We can go all the way back to slavery times where our health, health still comes down through generations and DNA. No matter how much exercise you are, you can reverse some of these things. But a lot of this stems from where we come from. During slavery times, we were fed slops. We didn't get vitamins. We would get beat for touching the vegetables that we crop and everything else. So during generations, we don't eat the healthiest. And here in Louisiana, we have the best tasting foods. However, they're not the healthiest foods. It's not like our cuisines are made of vegetables and non-wheat, non-oil, non-fat. Everything is based in saturated fats, oils. It's not like it's a vegan-based diet. So some sort, if you don't balance all of that, you will set yourself up for failure because now your heart is at risk. And they said that people that have heart issues, diabetes, like they already had issues before, are going to be susceptible to getting sick, which are African Americans. We're the highest in diabetes, we're the highest in heart disease, we're the highest in high blood pressure. We like to put salt and, Zatarans on everything. So we are just, susceptible health wise. However, but towards the end of this segment, we're going to talk to you how you can reverse that, where we don't have to be in that predicament. But go ahead.
All right. So with that being said, right now I think that most of y'all should be trying to tap in your craft just a little bit harder, like I always promote and tell you. Right now this is the best time for marketing for you to finish writing up an EP that you didn't finish. Go back over some of your lyrics, find some beats that are not register and put some of your own funk to it and put some music out. Right now, y'all should be putting out the most music, or at least preparing yourself for the put out your EP, put out your visual. Most of y'all don't have a plot when y'all doing videos, so write down a plot before you decide to put a video out. Take your craft serious while you got time to be serious in your craft, because everybody got a little layover time right now. So right now, while you got layover time, get yourself energized, get yourself healthy, eat healthy, think healthy, write healthy, and try to keep yourself around some positive people that are gonna keep you motivated. It's now time to reach out to all your followers on your Instagram page, guys who say they're interested in your music. See how y'all can connect, see how y'all can promote, see how y'all can be able to collaborate at a later date. But right now is where you should be setting up your tour dates, setting up your photo shoots, booking your time, and when you get there, have all your information on your flash drive and be ready to produce. And that way you won't be slipping. That way, most of us take the time out to use excuses why we can't get to our craft. Now you got all the time in the world. Do something with it.
Right. And, you can go Fresh Touch Entertainment on our Instagram page and DM us if you have questions about how to move your music. Of course, because we are initially it's Fresh Touch Entertainment, Fresh Touch Barbershop. We're always going to promote you to push your music. Right now, like you said, the best time is, feed your mind. Go ahead and start getting your music BMI. We're going to get back to talking about the health and the 70% and the 80%. But I think the point right now is that use your mind for something productive. Use your time useful. Don't sit around all day just watching TV all day. If you write music, write your music. You can go to FreshTouch2017.com to our website. You can email us at FreshTouchEntertainment@gmail.com. We'll help you move your music the best way we can from here. It won't be any cost because we understand that at this time, budgets are low. We're just here to help each other out. So if you need help with writing your music, if you need help with pushing your music, getting your music registered, we also have other companies that we work. Now is the time. You have no excuse. Registering your music is free, as an entertainer. Protect yourself while you're sitting here. If you're a writer, go ahead and start writing. If you are a painter, this is a great time to start painting. For some reason, everything seems to be on sale. So, everywhere I go, everything's on sale. So, get the coupons, check your emails. All kind of things are coming through for people that are entrepreneurs and just being creative.
And get in touch with some of these artists that are out there. You guys get your album covers drew up the way you want. Put some life in it. Put a little more into your work. And we're gonna try to also keep promoting, keep wash your hands, try to wear your mask as much as possible. Try not to come contact with as many as people as you could in a day, because that's not the goal. The goal is to try to stay not in contact with as many as people as you do throughout your day. So with that being said, I need y'all to be very aware and knowledgeable of our ignorance. It's been killing us for years, toting guns. So now we just toting COVID-19 around like it's no problem.
Right. And there's nothing wrong with saying no. Now is the time where we do have to social distance, whether we want to or not. You may want to visit your family members. You may want to go hang out with your friends. But I think we have about 3 weeks left. 3 weeks is not going to kill you to stay away so that you can keep each other alive. That's one thing about African Americans. We love to hang out with each other. We love to have dinners with each other. We love to just sit outside and just talk and socialize.
Well, this is social media for. So y'all who want to be Instagram famous, Just have content when you're talking about something. Everybody want to be Instagram famous. So when you get on there, socialize with your people. FaceTime. You know what I'm saying? Y'all all got iPhones. You don't even have to have service. iPhone to iPhone connect. You know, FaceTime your loved ones that you want to see. It don't make sense to chain smoke with each other. So smoke from a distance.
Right.
Because
You
most
can't.
of y'all
No
want to.
puff puff
Yeah.
pass.
So just smoke from a distance. Hopefully, we all get past this and we'll be able to get back to our normal life, getting back to the money. And nowadays, y'all know everything is at a virtual. So with that being said, put away for rainy days because
Right.
these days came on us and it been sunny. So I don't know if it was too rainy for us, but it's raining down on us with the players. It's pretty much everywhere. It's something we can't not deny. So just be aware, be very aware, be knowledgeable.
And that, um, getting back to talking about the coronavirus, when these checks come in, when you start, because everything is going to happen at once. I know right now you're calling unemployment, you can't get through. You email, the system don't work. It's not, no one's answering you. You try to do food stamps, that's not working. So they're slow. The stimulus, but let me tell you something. Go ahead and keep registering, keep calling, keep emailing. Then when everything's going to hit in the next couple weeks all at once. When you get all that money all at once, be smart with it. You can't be evicted right now. None of the foreclosures are shut down. So save your money. Pay what you can, but you need to save your money because they may go on an extra couple of weeks. Save your food. Don't sit at home and eat because it's not the point of having the money or having the food stamps. You go into the stores and you see they're not replenishing the stuff in the stores. So be smart about it. Ration out your food. Just because it's dead don't mean you need to eat it. This is the part of why 70% of African Americans are dying because we need to be out there exercising, conserving. We got to cut down on our calories and our salt. Our health is the problem right now as to why. So don't go out there and, okay, you got an extra $1,200 in the bank and go order everything from Uber Eats and everything. I love it too, but it's still a cost.
Hey, course. So now, since y'all been balling on a budget, do you know where we came from? Because we used to cook our own meals, prepare our own lunches, our own breakfast. So now we're going back to those times of preparing. So when we do get past this, I want y'all to be aware of the money that y'all had to be conservative with throughout these times. So that way, when you get back to reality, you still be conservative with your money because you never know when it could come back for the simple fact that we need to be aware, even after this, be more sanitized, more aware of your surroundings, and practice social distancing. Because we bring the value down to our businesses anyway with just socializing. When we need to be marketing, everybody got their own little what they call it, their own boutique online selling and marketing right now. That's the best business for you. So right now what you need to tap into marketing. So if you got your own boutique online, try to put it out on the web much as you could. So might have to pay that little extra $20 to get it on different avenues. So right now, I just tell y'all be aware. Try to keep yourself out of harm's way. Try to practice social distancing when you come back through. Practice the same thing, and I promise we're gonna be successful as a culture of people. But we must love ourselves and stop being ignorant to the fact.
Right. And getting back to the health, like we've been discussing, 70% of African Americans are dying from this COVID-19, the coronavirus. Some states, 80%. If we don't stay home, if we don't wash our hands, we're going to end up making the numbers higher. Stay home. You don't have to go to the store every single day because all you're doing is, they said, even if you don't have the virus or you do have the virus, you can be passing it around to other people as we walk by. So you walking by someone or they're walking by you, you don't know what's going on. Yeah, they have social distancing tape inside of the stores at the grocery stores, but if you look at the tape, once you get up to the cash register, you still too close to people. So my point is protect yourself, be smart. If you're gonna go out once a week, twice a week, wear your mask, wear your gloves, keep your Germex in your car. I got Germex in all of our cars. Every car we go into, we got Germex. When we walk in the house, we got a station where we clean our hands. It's just the way it is. It's the way we have to be. It's not a conditioning. It's not a control thing. We're gonna have to. This is what we're gonna have to do. probably for the next couple of months, and we need to practice it for the rest of our lives. So this pretty much is a warning. We're either gonna take this warning and take heed, or we're gonna die. That's it. I hate to be
Die.
that blunt.
So blunt.
We at 70%. Do the math, people. 70%, 80%. You at 20% difference being shot from 100%. So we're gonna either die from the corona, the police are shooting us, the food is killing us,
And we're killing us.
and we then make it, and then we kill each other.
So I don't know. I call it so suicide, but I appreciate that we start loving one another, do as God's will, because we can't stop His will, and you see it. You know, if y'all don't know the wrath of God or don't believe in God, He is real and He's showing you. His
Right.
will be done on earth as we are in heaven. So if you want to get to heaven, you gotta die. So just don't rush it.
Right.
Don't
We're not
rush
trying
it.
to rush it. We all, let me tell you something. We all sin every single day. No need to add to my sins. You know what I'm saying? Might say a curse word, that's a sin. I don't need to add to it by doing stupid stuff. You know what I'm saying? Killing somebody, shooting somebody, whatever. At the end of the day, African Americans, the discussion today is how we're dying faster than the rest of the world. Asians, Spanish, Caucasians, Hawaiians, everybody. How come we're the ones that are dying faster? We always the ones dying faster.
So with that being said, don't not make us extinction. Because we was not the minority. So let's get back as a culture of people. Love one another. Stop practicing hate.
And people are saying this is being done on purpose. But we set ourselves up for failure. You can't do anything to us unless we allow it. Some things just happen. Yes, you walking down the street, a cop racial profiles you, shoots you. I mean, some things are just out of our hands. But most of the things that happen to African Americans, we can control. We can control our health. We don't have to buy all the unhealthy foods that we
We'll
eat.
have to keep eating out the fast food chains. Not trying to knock them, but there was a time where Big Mama always had a meal prepared for you. Always know where you can go at to get a real home cooked meal. And not all the time. All of them had lard and fat back that they would feed you. Cause I had a garden, growed up and eating out the garden most of my life till I, came of age and started defending for myself. But other than that, I didn't have no health problem. Couldn't hold a cold. Never had pneumonia till I got home and started fending for myself. So we go back to some of the old ways. Maybe we'll live long as they did back in the days. Because right now we dying young. We committing suicide at a young age. We overindulging in things that was never meant for us, and we trying to live in a culture that we created that they contaminated. So try not to be contaminated and be fruitful. Be very thoughtful too, though. Food for thought.
And speaking of fruit, um, you can definitely go to the store, buy fruits and vegetables. I had somebody ask me the other day, is it safe to buy fruits and vegetables? Yes, you just need to wash it like you normally do. The things that we should always be doing, we should have been doing. So if you buy oranges and apples, things that are not encased in plastic, I only buy fruit now that's in plastic, and I still wash it. But the fruits and vegetables that you were buying that are just laying out there, take them home and wash them. Ain't nothing wrong with rinsing them off with a little soap and water. I use soap and water, rinse it off. I don't use all that fruit fresh and all that. I'm just washing it. Same thing with the fresh deli meats. You can still get your fresh deli meats. I don't eat meat unless it comes from the deli. When I get home, you can rinse off the bloody meats and you can make sure you thoroughly cook your meats very well.
Must be getting late past my curfew. As y'all know, I usually wake up early, so my sleep pattern been a little off. To those who've been looking for me as your barber, I'm still your barber. Give us a minute. We're all trying to rehabilitate. If you know what I'm saying, we're trying to dodge COVID-19. I got a lot of people that I know have contracted. Some have got rid of it. And some have died. So with that go out, my blessing go out to all the ones who have lost their loved ones in this time. And my prayers go out for you. And I hope you and your family be able to get through this burden and hope your finances be okay. So with that being said, once again, it's your lie tell it podcast, but we ain't telling no lies. We stretching the truth right now because we need to stretch as far as it can go because most of us caught up in a lie and don't want to live the truth. The truth doesn't matter is we need to be aware.
Yes, and shout out to all of our non-essential businesses like beauty shops and nail shops and barber shops and whatever shop that's not essential, that we understand that you're losing money right now, but don't lose faith. Everything's gonna work out. Everything's in the season. This is a very short season, and God is telling us exactly what to do. We need to adhere to what our government is telling us. Stay at home. Stop talking about what was it they're talking about? They want to shut down, and what is that term where they want to shut down everything, and
Oh,
everybody said
martial law.
martial law.
Y'all don't
You
want.
don't want martial law. I meant to say that the other day. Stop asking for martial law.
Know the definition of martial
Yes,
law.
look
That
into
means
it,
no laws
research.
in effect. So
Right.
y'all talk about purging. We already purging ourselves,
Mm.
and by hanging in groups, we singling ourselves out.
Yes.
So now they just walking past and just smiling. They say, man, they don't even know what they're doing to themselves. They're really purging. So they laughing at us while we purging ourselves. So martial law take effect. Then you're gonna go after each other and cut each other's throat just to eat.
Right.
For what reason?
And martial law means that every other law that's out the window. So killing, all that kind of stuff, just goes out the window. You don't want that. You don't want to live in a world where you have no rules and regulation, and then you just have to depend on whoever's around you. All this is a simple request. Stay home. Wash your hands when you go out. When you guys are going to those grocery stores, you don't have to always get a basket. Bring your own wipes. Wipe those basket handles down. There's different techniques you can do yourself to protect yourself. I touch my face a lot, so I go overboard with Germex and everything else. I am a diabetic. I don't have any symptoms because I take care of myself, but I still have diabetes, which means I gotta make sure that people always tell me, well, you ain't never been sick before, you don't get the flu. That doesn't mean anything. I'm still gonna take this serious. So, like I said, Germex in the car, Germex in the house, Germex in my purse, wipes. I feel like you can't go overboard when it comes to sanitation. You can go overboard when it comes to buying toilet paper, food, that type of stuff. Some people are buying so much stuff you don't even have time to eat it in the next couple of weeks. So I feel like kind of change your position in your process of doing this. Go overboard when it comes to adhering to the rules. Go overboard when it comes to keeping your kids and your family safe. We don't take our younger children out too much. They go outside to play. We bring them back in. We don't expose them to the public as much. If we go out there and then we come back, wash, take a shower, throw our clothes, and make sure we keep our clothes clean. So that's the areas that you need to push in.
Mm. With that being said, thank y'all for tuning in once again. First Touch 2017 at .com. This is your boy AJ, better known as Mr. Fresh Touch, Lady V. We'll be back at y'all very soon. Hope the doors can open quicker than we can stay in. So y'all try to stay in. It's your live tele podcast. Lady V, some more words you want to tell us?
Let's cut down on this 70%. Like I said, we're at 70% in most states in the United States. We're at 80% in other states. Let's cut down this death rate. I mean, African Americans are dying way too fast in other cultures. That means we got to sit back and look at ourselves and see what we're doing wrong within our culture as to why we're dying. Health wise, you're welcome, Bika. Health wise, as for how you're eating, how you're taking care of yourself, who do you have around you? Are you stressed out all the time? I don't surround myself with negative people. Once I see you got a negative aura or negative, you got to go. You know, even if it's family members you inherit. But that doesn't mean you have to be around me. If you negative, if you rude, if you disrespectful, I'm moving you around. And that's what you need to do in your own life. That'll cut down on your stress. I remember a couple years ago, I had this friend. She lives in Baton Rouge. And every year she had this pink list that she would drop December 31st of every year, letting everybody know, I'm letting you know I'm about to delete you from Facebook. I'm cutting you out of my life. I think a lot of us need to do that. Look at your life, look at your Facebook friends, your Instagram friends, your real friends. Figure out who's toxic in your life and who is, a serum in your life, a good person in your life, and keep them around. As for your foods, look in your refrigerator, see what you need, see what you don't need. Make you a list of things when you go out on your trip to the grocery store of some healthy stuff so we can start improving the health of African Americans and your children. And exercise. Go out there and take you a walk. You don't have to walk in the neighborhood. Just take your little walk to get some air and start getting exercise. They got free exercise videos all over Instagram, all kind of trials. You can do stuff inside the house. You and your husband, you and your children, you and your dog. That's the best, safest thing I can tell you, to keep this 70% down and keep it from being 80%. And if you don't have any Germex, you can make your own Germex. DM us, text us, we'll tell you how to do it. But you don't have to depend on anybody. We can fix this for ourselves.
So, with that being said, I know y'all been waiting for us to be back on the line talking again. We're gonna have more content. Like I said, we'll come back after this little unpaid vacation that we're supposed to be getting retirement fund for. We gonna come back, and try to get y'all more content, try to catch up with more people, try to make this more entertaining. You usually have 20 questions, and next time we're gonna have 20 questions. Hopefully, when we come back, that y'all be able to answer us as we go along through the video. But that's a whole nother subject. Right now, back to the task at hand. Keep your hands clean, keep your body clean, stay social distance. You know what I'm saying? It's your boy, Mr. Fresh Touch, Lady V.
All right. Y'all have a good night.
Good night. Signing out.